Welcome to the Michael Batson Show. Exciting time if you're a Michigan football fan. First day of fall camp started today. The team came out with full pads and is starting to prepare for their first game on September 3rd. So some big questions, right? Especially on the defense. We lost a lot on the defense. Our offense is going to look good. So a lot of questions for Michigan football coming into this year. First, Jim Harbaugh is out to prove he could do it again. Last year he beat Ohio State. Obviously, he won the Big Ten championship. Both those things, Ohio State, they haven't beat them since 2011. Big Ten championship. I don't think they've won since 2004. I think this is one of their first 12-win seasons in a while. But Jim Harbaugh isn't trying to be one hit wonder, especially for Ohio State. He wants to prove he could do it again, and many of the players have said and him have said their goal obviously beat Ohio State, but is to win the championship, and they all they have all the parts for that, especially on the offense. So one of the biggest questions, coming into the fall, obviously, if you're a Michigan football fan, or even maybe if you're a college football fan, the QB competition at the Michigan University. It's the sophomore, the big recruit, J.J. McCarthy, versus junior game manager, the guy that led us to the win versus Ohio State. Well, it was Haskins, but the guy that led us to the Big Ten championship in a 12-win season, Cade McNamara. I think they should start JJ. Check out that video. I think that was one of my first videos. I think they should start JJ. He might make some mistakes, but there's more upside. But that's definitely gonna be a big story because Jim Harbaugh hasn't really had a big recruit that he got that he's really taught, through the system. Because Jake Rudock was a transfer, Milton was a transfer, Patterson was a transfer. Jim Harbaugh really hasn't had many homegrown QBs that he got to develop. But this J.J. McCarthy could be his project if he starts in this year. So that's going to be interesting. The wide receiver room is one of the most stacked rooms he's had. Harbaugh has had in his tenure in Michigan. I think this is going to be a really good year for the wide receivers. I mean, the experience they have. Think just of Cornelius Johnson, A.J. Henning, Roman Wilson, obviously Ronnie Bell. The list continues. I mean, just experience, and they've been in big games now. They've been in Big Ten championships, Ohio State games. They've been to Georgia games, though they probably didn't play much because that was a pretty ugly game. But the experience of the Michigan wide receivers will be really good this year, and they showed a lot of talent. You have athletic guys like A.J. Henning, Cornelius Johnson, Adriel Anthony. I'm high on Michigan State. He played great. He's a fast, lengthy receiver, but I think the wide receiver room will be really good this year, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. A lot of hope, especially if Ronnie Bell coming back. Darius Clemens, big recruit. He had a nice catch in the spring game. He's first year at Michigan, so the wide receiver room is good. Two QBs to pick from. The tight ends, you think you have Schumacher and Eric All, both third years, both very experienced, both made good plays in the postseason, especially at Iowa and their Big Ten championship and at Ohio State, and All is a good blocker. So we have depth at tight end, and running backs are good too. We have Donovan Edwards, second year now. Donovan Edwards showed flashes of greatness. He's very athletic. He made some nice one-handed catches, and throughout the season he did some cool stuff. Especially at Maryland, he had a great game. He had, I think, 3 receiving touchdowns. Versus the Big Ten championship, he had like a 50-yard throw dot right to Roman Wilson, I think. So he's very talented, but the bread and butter of this offense, especially in the run game, is gonna obviously be not Hassan Haskins anymore. It's gonna be the other guy, and Blake Corum is a great back, very fast, shifty. He was banged up for some of the season, but but he had big games. He can catch it out of the backfield, which I like, especially in the first few games. Not playing great teams, he could hit the screen, the little hitch route, good catching the ball. He has speed. You saw some big touchdowns. You saw the big run, 50-yard versus Ohio State. He had another 50-yard touchdown versus Ohio State. So a good wide receiver room, deep wide receiver room, a lot of athletic ability there. A good tight end room, a lot of experience. Running back, we lost Haskins, but I think our two running backs now are good, and we have a lot of QBs to choose from. And then the tight offense line spot is big. Offense line, we were the best in the country last year. We won. I forgot what award, but he won. But Michigan offense line won an award for the best offense line, and 4 of the 5 stars are coming back, so that's great. Zinter, I think, is leaving, but you know, I forgot who's leaving, but 4 of the 5 stars are coming back, and we got one of the best offensive line transfers in the country, and it's Oluwatimi. He's from Virginia. It's going to be his 3rd year this year. He's good. He was banged up last year, but he's a lot of speed. Big for his size, and he can make a difference. I think having 4 stars back from a great offensive line experience, and then bringing Olu in, that's big. Big transfer. Jim Harbaugh has always been big on the transfers, and then this is another example right here. I expect a lot out of the Michigan offense line to keep the QBs healthy, and give them time to throw, and also keep the run game, because the run game was great last year, and it's not just because Hassan Haskins great. He is great, and play call was great. It's also because of 5 big guys up front making it work. So the offense is great. High expectations from the defense. Lost a lot last year. Obviously they lost Ojabo, Hutchinson. They lost Hawkins, Dax Hill, Vincent Gray, obviously Josh Ross, Michael Barrett. The list goes on and on. So for defensive back and defense in total, we have a lot to work on, especially the linebackers. We lost Josh Ross, Ojabo, Hutchinson, so that's big. Ohio State, they were great at basically every game they were great at. Hutchinson had 13 sacks. He was I think 3rd in the Heisman voting, so that's going to be a big loss. Same as Ojabo. He was going to be a top 10 pick if he didn't get hurt at Michigan pro day where the scouts come and look at you. He was going to be a top 10 pick, and then Josh Ross got drafted too. So the linebacker spot is going to have to grow. And then Junior Colson and N'Keal Harry-Green will be the stars at linebacker. Green is a 5th-year senior. He made plays versus Ohio State. He's fast, vertical, athletic. So he could have a breakout year, especially in the starting 3 games, which are pretty much cupcake games. He could boost his confidence and get a lot of playing time there. Junior Colson, I don't know much about, but he played last year. Not much starting time, but he's fast and athletic. I know that. And then the defensive backs, we also we lost Vincent Gray, Daxon Hill, and Brad Hawkins. 3 really great guys to have. All 3 had great Michigan careers, and now it's gonna have to be a new set of defensive backs, and they're not as experienced, especially Mike Sanchez. He was wide receiver. He's gonna play wide receiver this year, but he's now gonna be defensive back. Will Johnson, big recruit, number 2 cornerback in the nation. I think we brought him in, so he's gonna be pretty good. R.J. Moden is going to be a defensive back, or as a safety. He's going to be good. He made some plays versus Ohio State. Gus Johnson had a few calls where he said R.J. Moten, so that was fun. But the defense has room to grow. Not as much experience. We lost a lot of guys at linebacker, a lot of guys at defensive back. Our defense line will be good, I think, with Mike Morris. I expect a lot from him, our defensive back. Our defense line will have Taylor Upshaw, and Mike Morris. So our defense and offense line are set. I think the defensive backs and linebackers lost a lot, so that will be a key question. But the offense is looking red hot. A lot of experience, a lot of athletic ability. on the offense and defense. It's going to be big questions to see who steps up after losing a lot of people, especially in the linebackers and defensive back position. So thanks so much. I'll keep you posted on Michigan football. Tomorrow we'll have a new video. Some big stuff happening, especially Juan Soto deal and Brittany Griner sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison. That's some big news. We'll have all of that tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe for more sports news. Have a good day.